Hello, everyone here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Stitzer, Wisconsin here. Since last episode, finished up planting the last of our soybeans here. And then we're also working on rolling them here. Started on that here towards the end of last episode. This field needs to be, doesn't need to be rolled, but we're going to roll it here. At least course plays anyway. So we got the Alice Chalmers 8070 on that here with our brilliant, we'll just call it a roller. It's not really probably per se the right kind of roller as we discussed last episode of them, but I don't have a whole lot of other options here. So actually, for that matter, the in-game ones are kind of the same too. So, okay, we should be good. Number of headlands. Yeah, don't think we have to change any settings there. We'll just leave it where it's at. We're on the first waypoint drive of the course. Leave course play to that. You can see a nice smooth finish here behind our roller, which a little odd given our type of roller, you know, just saying, Evan, just saying, right? So anyway, leave course play to that. Let's see, how are we looking on the spray? Are we doing pretty good here yet? Looks like we're still working on fields 92. Yeah, field 92 is still in progress here yet. Just about done with that. Once the sprayer's finished with this one, everyone, then we need to move over to, do I have field 80? Field 8, I think field 80 is all set. Yes, field 80 is all set. That was oats. We didn't touch that field. We still got to do fields 78, 84, 77, and 76 for weeds here yet. So we'll get to that here. Anyway, this episode of it, I wanted to start working on some hay here. At least it looks like the hay's ready to be mowed here anyway. Probably should have double checked that here as far as I know. Let's, where's, oh, there it is. Yep. Grass, make sure we turn that on. I've kind of mentioned that before. It'd be nice if, like, once you turn it on, it would stay on, right? I mean, like, you have to turn that on and off all the time, but... Okay, we're going to head over to our John Deere 3020. Are weeds in this field? Huh. I guess maybe that's just the way the hay is. Got our John Deere 3020 here again. Picked up a different mower than what we had here from our last map. Everyone got it's international, right? It's considered case. No, this one is considered international. I know a little bit newer than the Gums Case one. So, International 1190 here mower. Thought we'd give this one a try here. This is definitely going old school here on this one, which is kind of what we're doing here on this map, by the way. You know, sticking with a little bit older equipment. Obviously, we probably won't be mowing all our fields with this mower because this mower will take forever here with, what's our other hay field here? We got field 93 over here. Oh my goodness, if I mow that with this one, we'll be here for days. Anyway, we're going to give this a try here. I don't know if this field is detectable by course play or not. Yeah, no idea. I'll have to say, it seems like the mod author did a nice job on these mowers, though. I mean, for one thing, they work, everyone. And I know some of you folks are like, well, of course, it's supposed to, right? Well, again, I don't know what it is up with these mod authors and some of this older equipment of them, but it seems like a lot of times you get this older equipment. And, mod authors are not like making sure their equipment actually like works or doesn't crash the game or, you know, so on and so forth, right? Again, I remind you folks, for those who watched the live stream of us setting up this map, I was going to go with a different planter there. But when we tried buying it, Evan, it crashed the game, and it crashed the game so hard it literally broke the save game slot. Like, I can't load a map in that save game slot. Whatever map I load, as soon as it loads, it crashes. Even, like, delete the save game out, Evan, start a completely brand new one on a different map, and it crashes. That's literally how broken that save game slot is. I've never heard of that before. Never had that before. I know some of you folks in the comments said you've had that before, but again, at least for myself, I have never had the game crash so hard, so badly, that it broke the save game slot. Like, I have never heard of this before, but apparently it's happened, so, okay. Anyway. Now that rant's over, just, yeah. So yeah, like I said, at least it works, Evan. It works. And I think this comes as a pack of mowers here, if I remember correctly. There's a couple different sizes. This is like the middle size mower one. I didn't go with the really small one. There is one that is smaller yet. I think it's like 7 feet wide. Like a 7-foot mower. Like, we got lawnmowers that are that big, right? But yeah, 7-foot mower here for hay. I guess, you know, the one big difference, of course, I'm in between, say, a lawnmower and mowing hay here. Your lawn typically is not this long, right? At least I would hope not, anyway. If your lawn is this long, I don't know. Isn't any sense even mowing it at that point? Just let it grow. You probably want a brush hog too. But yeah, the hay mower, maybe mowing 2, 3, 4 foot tall hay. Maybe you sometimes get up to 5, 6 foot. Sometimes, depending on what kind of hay you're running. We're gonna have to run over our this oat field here, I think. Oh, if we mow over this, does it actually do anything? I don't know if I want to try that or not. We're pretty close to it. I'm gonna say it must not, because I mean we're definitely running over some of the oats here if it was to mow it. I know on some maps sometimes mod authors will allow you to mow some of the other crops as well. Oats, for example, you can mow the oats. I'm just going to assume this map is not one of those maps here from the looks of it, which is probably a good thing given the fact that we're riding right along the edge here. Mind you, what you probably would be doing in real life is you probably would not be running through the oats here. You probably would be running along the edge of the field here. The oats are going to be the more valuable crop here rather than the hay. So drive over the hay, not the oats. At least we can move right along here with this mower. We'll have to go painfully slow, which actually, yeah, talking about that, we're talking about painfully slow. Usually you actually have to go painfully slow with this type of mower one. These mowers have I presume that's probably a sickle bar on there, I think. Yeah, it looks like a sickle bar down there. I can't quite see while it's mowing here, but it looks like a sickle bar. And at least with your sickle bar style mowers, that one, speed is not really an option. You're limited to what, probably 4, 5, 6 miles an hour at most, maybe. Even 6. 6 is probably really moving. Probably closer to that 4 to 5 at the most, everyone. Yeah, your sickle bars can only cut so fast. So yeah, you're typically really limited in speed. To say some of the other style mowers that are out there, I can't even think. What is the name here? You folks will have to help me out in this in the comments here. What is the name of the other style mower here? They got the spinning blades. I cannot think of the name of them now. That name escapes me. Anyway, you folks, leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Then we'll have to mention it here next episode. Well, we almost made it all the way around the field here. Again, I don't know if this field is detectable by a course play or not. Someone did leave a comment here an episode or two back. They were saying once you mow the field for the first time, then it should be. So I don't know if that's going to happen here or not. We'll find out. I am noticing that at least, is this a yield map? I think this is a yield map here, which, if it is, that's looking like a really good yield here so far. I mean, we got some dark green going on there. Not going to complain about that one here, of course. Probably a little too sharp of a turn there. Normally, once you get the first headland down there, you can just follow the headland along, and that should position your mower in the correct spot for the next pass, right? Just follow the previous headland, or not the previous headland, the previous windrow. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. And just follow your previous windrow. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not actually even watching the mower. I'm just watching that we're following this here. And looks like it's lining up perfectly. Looks like we got some decent looking hay here on the map so far. I think this is probably just considered grass, I think, Kevin. I know on this map we do have options for alfalfa and clover as well. I would definitely like to get into those. We're probably going to have to till under one of our hay fields here, though, in order to do that. And I figured at least very first here, we might as well at least mow it because it is ready to be mowed, right? So, speaking of mowing it too, everyone, want to get into some cows here in the next episode or so. Maybe even this episode. We'll see once here. I am still debating if I can get rid of that cow barn up there, everyone. I know a couple episodes back we kind of sort of tried. I'm still thinking I might actually want to try again and just we're going to go full hide mode on it and see if we can do that. I don't know if it'll work or not, but kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe we'll see what's happening. I'm not sure yet, but there are other ways of probably removing the barn as well, depending on whether it's built into the map or if it's loaded. I am not sure. I'd have to look into that, but if it's built in, then you can open up the map file and remove it that way, or if it's being loaded, yeah, if it's being loaded, that's probably a little more difficult, but you have to find out which one's being loaded where, and yeah, probably a lot more work that way, but so I'm leaning towards just, we'll just see if we can hide it. And we did find out already, if you remember from a couple episodes back, when hiding it is not as easy as just looking at the barn and gone. It's all pieces, so kind of annoying that it's actually that way. I mean, it'd be nice if it was just all like one barn, hide, boom, the entire barn is gone, right? But no, we got to hide walls. We got to hide. I don't even know what all the stuff is, to be honest, that we had to hide. But reminder again, we did not save that save game when we did that. It's going to take a while to mow this field here, I think, at this rate. Like I said, I think for our other field, we're going to have to maybe look at maybe some different options here. I just wanted to try this mower out here, at least this time. We've used some of the other swing arm style mowers here. This mower, of course, as you can tell, it's designed to only go like one side. Like, we cannot swing this mower over to the other side and go the other direction. Like, we are limited to going one direction with this mower. And at least in my experience, I think most farmers, they typically just go round and round with this one, right? You know, back in the day when hay fields didn't take up 100 acres. Okay, and we're back. Had to go answer the doorbell there a minute. I know, doorbells. Oh well. Anyway, let's see. Looks like we're about halfway around this round here. I've got our rake purchased here as well. I have one. Don't have any of the like really old tractors. Actually, you know what? Ooh, that reminds me of it. I was like, we do have. I just happened to think of this. That one. We have. Let's see. Where would I find this under small tractors? Maybe. I might just go look at tractors by brand here real quick too if I can't find it. We've got. Oh, there it is right there. We've got the really old Minneapolis Moline. I was actually talking about this here a couple episodes back. Like, I don't really have anything we can like do anything with this tractor, but we can. I'm probably actually going to go with a wide front because that way we're not driving over our hay. We can straddle it. Yeah, we're going to put GPS on it. Every time I say, nah, I don't need GPS on this tractor, well, you folks have seen it. Nah, I don't need GPS. Somehow I end up having to put GPS on it, so. But yeah, no, we can actually pull our rake with that tractor, I think. At least hopefully we can anyway. We should be able to. We were using the John Deere A's? The John Deere A's, right? We were using here last time around. So let's see if the old Minneapolis Moline is up to the task. Minneapolis Moline, of course, for those of you maybe not familiar with tractor brands, the brand that is, of course, not around anymore. They, along with Oliver, kind of met their fate with the white trucking company, the white tractors there. Kind of a bit of an unfortunate situation if that hadn't have happened. I don't know if Minneapolis Moline still would have been around yet. They possibly would have, but Minneapolis Moline and Oliver, they probably would have still been forced to reckon with as far as tractors are concerned nowadays. But the white trucking company kind of took care of that one. At least in the United States, when we think of tractors, I think a lot of people think, You got John Deere, of course, and you got Case, and maybe not to quite as big an extent. You also got the New Hollands. I'm trying to think, what else would there be? Pretty much John Deere, Case, and New Holland. They're kind of the big tractor manufacturers, I guess. You don't really see a whole lot of the other brands around, at least, especially around where I live, anyway. You do have some like Defense and stuff like that, but again, they're, let's say, super common. You're seeing a few of the Cat tractors, Challenger tractors back in the day, but yeah, don't see much of those around anymore either. Of course, the Cat ones, those are kind of short-lived. You can do this from I was gonna say in the cab here, but technically this tractor doesn't have a cab, so we're not in the cab here with this tractor. Looks like some relatively tall hair here. You set the tractor next to it. Not quite as tall as our back tire, but it's probably somewhat close. First cutting usually is always kind of the tallest. For those of you remember our previous map, we were able to mow our hay upwards of 9 times if we wanted to, which we did actually do that one time. I don't know that there's necessarily much of a benefit to doing so, but it looks like you get about the same amount regardless of whether you wait like 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. Wait till it gets to the full maturity, and it seems like it takes about the same amount of time too. So like day 1, it's ready to be mowed. Well, if you wait till day 2, then it's to the second stage. You'll essentially double what you'll get. If you wait, the next day, so 3 days, so then you get triple what you would get. So, like I said, it works out about the same either way, I guess. The only difference being is you only have to work it like a third as much, essentially. I don't know if all those rules are necessarily true on this map or not. It all depends. Sometimes you don't know what map authors have done. Map authors can control things like yield and stuff, how fast stuff grows, when it can be planted, when it can be harvested. All stuff that map authors can set, and yeah, obviously it varies from map to map. I'll have to say, maybe it's just my ears of it, but relatively quiet for a sickle bar mower. Of course, with that being said, I don't know that the other style mowers that I can't think of the name of here at the moment. I know exactly what they have on them. I mean, they got we'll call them the spinning blades of death, shall we? Those actually might be, maybe in some ways, louder yet. And of course, with those style mowers, I mean, you go much quicker as well, right? You're not limited to, a couple miles an hour. You can go upwards of, boy, I'm not even sure. You could probably go 10 miles an hour, I would guess, with some of those mowers. Maybe faster. Depends on what you're mowing and how much you're mowing as well, of course. Anyway, just a reminder, everyone, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, as always, if you like the video, well, hopefully you know what to do. Click that old thumbs up icon there. And, of course, if you have anything to add, throw it down in the comments there. Always enjoy reading all you folks' comments there. You have any suggestions for this series as well? Like I said, let me know on that as well. If you got an, piece of equipment you think would be a really good fit, let me know. Again, we're kind of sticking with somewhat older equipment here. That's probably the way we'll finish this map out as well. But I don't think we'll ever progress into 8RXs on this map. We've done plenty of those, and as much as I love those tractors, we're probably going to stick with, you know, maybe like 4840s and John Deere 3020s. And no, we don't want to talk about the red tractors. Those are just But yeah, like I said, you folks have any good suggestions, equipment, tractors, let me know. Throw them down below. Reminder, too, by the way, if you'd like to catch some more RDAllen content, you can find myself over on Twitch, RDAllen on Twitch, and we will probably be occasionally live streaming from this map as well, by the way, so again, just stay tuned for that. You can, of course, follow and or subscribe over on Twitch there, and that way you should get notified when we go live. And speaking of live, by the way, we are still playing on No Creek Farms here on the RDAllen multiplayer servers. Reminder, by the way, if you'd like to join us on multiplayer, you're welcome to do so. Again, we are playing on the No Creek Farms map there on the multiplayer server at the moment. Oh, yes, missing a little bit in the corner. Kind of the way it happens in real life, too, from what I remember. I mean, you don't see very many of these mowers around anymore. They are, I would say, super uncommon here at this point. But they always were, from what I remember, like, good for missing a little bit in the corners there just because of the way they turn. I'm also curious here, before we go any further, I wonder if I can create a course-by course for this, or am I stuck? Yeah, it's gonna count the entire field though, isn't it? Which obviously, I mean, we only want this part here. We don't need that part. So, someone was saying in the comments here, once you do this here, courseplay should. Well, actually, I guess courseplay is technically detecting the field, isn't it? What I need is there's probably no boundary between the oat field and the hay field here. So what I might need to do, maybe we'll have to do this once we're done mowing, I don't know, but maybe we'll have to paint a boundary. We'll just take grass and just paint grass in between these fields. So that way courseplay can differentiate between the oat field down there, or we just make this entire field hay field. Once we're done harvesting the oats, then we'll just plant hay down there as well. That'd be an option, I suppose. Anyway, let's head over to the comment section in a moment. I know I said I was going to read some comments here last episode, and well, I think we made it to like 1 or 2 comments, and that was as far as we made it. So apologies on that one, but we'll see how many we can get to here this episode. Starting off with Rage D-Max. He was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. He was saying, I'm liking the map, but it breaks for me after the first save game. Once it saves, all the equipment starts driving in circles by itself. Well, if you watched last episode, you can see I had the same problem. Game's been running here, so we won't have that problem here this episode. Speaking of which, I should probably go check our sprayers and stuff here, make sure they're all going yet. But yeah, I keep having that every time I start my save game. Now, fortunately, whatever's going on with mine, it corrects itself after a few seconds. Again, I don't know what's causing it. If you folks happen to know, let me know. Throw it down in the comments, or if you got any ideas. Or, again, too, as I mentioned last episode, if it's happening to you, let me know. But yeah, according to Rage D-Max, sounds like it's probably the same thing if I had to guess. He says it happens even after you start a new game. But for me, there's no way to stop them from going in circles. Yeah, I don't have any suggestion there on that one. Again, I don't know what's causing my problem, everyone. Like I said, it does fix itself, fortunately, in my case here after, 30 seconds or so. It was a little concerning there last episode when it happened twice. To my knowledge, I've never had it happen twice yet. Usually it happens about once, about 5 to 10 minutes after you start it. That's what I've noticed the last couple times. And about 5 to 10 minutes after you start the save game, it'll do that. Then after that, then you're good. But obviously, it's some sort of looping Lua script error that's causing the game to, in my case, temporarily crash, or I guess in the case of Rage D-Max here, maybe permanently crash. Finish this headline, we should go check our sprayer here. See if it's done again. We got more fields that need to be sprayed, so we need to keep that sprayer process moving here if we can. Next comment here, Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thank you very much for that. No Huber, again, hopefully I'm saying her name right. Was saying, great video, love the series here on the old school equipment. And yeah, speaking of old school, I mean, we're definitely going old school here with this mower. I believe per the game here, it said, I think this was the pre-1970s paint scheme, so, or is it 1970s? I forget. Let's go check here again. Was this 1970s or pre-19? Oh, this is windrowers. We need mowers. Oh, let's see. Oh, for those who are wondering here, by the way, here's the mowers. I think this all comes as a pack, if I remember correctly. You got the 7-footer. We mentioned that here briefly. Then you got the 9-footer. That's the one we're running with. I'm not sure how big this one is. 1490, is that 14 feet? 1590, 15 feet? It's 4.3 meters. That's probably about 15 feet, isn't it? 3.7, yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at like 14. Maybe that's 14 feet. I don't know if that's what that stands for or not. Of course, these are, excuse me, like a hydro swing type mower, but this one here is, 70s. Okay, so 1970s. Next comment here from Killen. Killen was saying the brand's shop being messed up isn't anything new. I never looked into it, but I'm pretty sure it's caused by one of the shop sorting mods. Mine's been messed up for as long as I can remember. I rarely go into brands, so it hasn't bothered me. I'm not aware I have any sort of sort or shop sorting mods that I know of, but I could be wrong. I don't know. What would you want a shop sorting mod for? I don't know. I suppose Giants could do a better job of maybe breaking up the equipment. Rather than maybe small, medium, and large. What I always like to do in the past, I want to break them down by horsepower. So you got your 100 horsepower, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Now I guess we better get up to the 700 horsepower too now, right? And you can tell, too, I mean, like some mod authors, they don't really, in my opinion, properly sort their tractors because a lot of the small tractors we're running can be found under the medium tractors and, you know, vice versa, small and large. Yeah, that's it, really. But yeah, just like Killing as well, as you folks have seen, I very rarely ever use the brands for shopping. I always go by the categories. So brand name shopping, very rarely do I ever go into that. Unless I'm like looking for something like, you know, in this case, the Minneapolis lean tractor. Somewhere of it, I thought I had more Minneapolis lean tractors. I don't know where they're at of one. I guess what I could do is I could go look at the mod and see where the mod author has them hiding. Or maybe for some reason there's something broken with them. With that being said, though, I have looked and I can't find any error messages related to broken Minneapolis lean tractors in my air logs. So it's like, well, they must be here somewhere, right? I just don't know where. Anyway, next comment here. Peter was saying, I'm from Wisconsin. Well, hey, guess what map we are playing on? A map from Wisconsin. I don't think this is the first Wisconsin map that I've played on. I know we played on West by Wisconsin. I think, right? West by Wisconsin? That, I believe, is a Wisconsin-based map. At least I'm assuming it is anyway. It's got Wisconsin in the name of it, right? know if we've played on any other ones or not. I don't know on that. Like I said, so far, this one might have to be in the top 5 maps, though. I'm definitely liking the looks of this map here so far. Reminder again, if you don't have this map and you want to check it out, link is down below to download it. Keep in mind, I guess, yeah, myself and was it Rage D-Max, I think, said, yeah, he's having some issues with the game crashing. So maybe something just keep in the back of your mind. I don't know what's causing those issues, but possibly some sort of mod conflict, which, yeah, always real fun trying to sort out mod conflicts. Some of those are just the absolute worst, but what you gonna do, right? Oh, one thing I probably should mention too, I mean, if you're going to check this map out, keep in mind, this is a PC-only map. So, PC players only here for this map. It is a 4X map, which, yeah, pretty much that automatically excludes any consoles. Plus, there's probably a bunch of custom scripting stuff going on with this map here as well, if I had to guess with all the different, yeah, you got all the different crop types, and, well, actually, I say different crop types. Technically, more like the removal of, like, all the in-game crop types, the normal in-game ones, being replaced with the modded ones. You know, so instead of corn, I'm just plain straight corn. We now have like a Pioneer brand corn, and then we also have a second type of corn as well. Soybeans have obviously changed. Yeah, pretty much all the crops have changed. The only one that's left yet is the oats. That is the only, well, I shouldn't say the only one. There's also like poplars. That stuff's still there yet, of course, but as far as like regular crops you'd plant, yeah, oats is the only one left. Oh, you know what? I said we should go check the sprayer, didn't I? Yeah, we should do that. Let's see once here. Looking good on the rolling. Sprayer, he should be done. Oh, yeah, he's definitely done. He's probably been done for a little bit. Get you on to the next field here. Anyway, speaking of next moment, it is time to nix this episode here and prepare for the next one, because it is time to wrap it up. So with that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching, and until next time.